So, today is our official test day, is that correct?
Yes.
Are we going to see how this test goes?
Yes.
You look confident to me.
Yeah.
Did you already do the test?
No.
I think you did. You ready?
Yeah.
So the clear blue is saying 2 to 3 weeks. The first response is a positive. The test line is actually stronger than the control line, so it started to still die from the control line because it is so strong. It has been a wild week, has it not?
Yeah.
So we've known that we were pregnant actually since a week ago. It's a bit of a long story, but we ended up testing at 4 days past, which we have never done before. We've always kind of held out for either official test day or at, the minimum the day before official test day. Long story short, my progesterone levels were too low, and we found this out 3 days after our transfer, and that was quite upsetting for both of us. We were worried that it may have affected the implantation and the success, etc., etc. I did write in a forum about this and tried to seek some advice, and somebody did write a private message to me saying that, well, I won't say exactly what they said, but the way that they worded it really freaked us out and made us think that this transfer definitely wasn't going to work. So we were in a bit of a state a week ago. So I decided very boldly to just get out a test 4 days past, and I thought, you know what, if it's negative, which is most likely going to be at this stage, that's fine because I know it's way too early anyway. But if I manage to see the faintest of lines, then maybe it might calm us down. So I did the test. I was literally talking to myself when I did the test saying, what are you doing? You are so crazy. Who does this? But on the first response, the very, very faintest of lines, I think was there. I was kind of like, is it? But yeah. And that I think helped a little bit, but then started a spiral of us testing almost every day to see whether the line would progress.
Because your SCG level increase every 48 hours.
Yeah.
So you don't need to test every 24 hours.
Yeah, it's quite an anxious thing to do because, as you say, you can get to a stage where the line is basically the same, or you can start to think, oh, does this line look a tiny bit lighter than yesterday's line? And it's not the healthiest of things to do. But I think we ended up doing it to calm our nerves, but also I said, look, we've had 3 early miscarriages. Maybe we should be testing almost every day because we can see then when the HCG drops and when the pregnancy begins to go. And I think that would be useful information for us to have. But yeah, it didn't go. The line just kept getting stronger.
Yeah, especially since for this transfer, the difference was that we decided, we pushed to get our progesterone tested.
Yeah.
So we had this indicator that was telling us, is the progesterone enough, not enough? So if, for example, the second blood test would have been not enough, and then the SCG would have dropped at the same time, it would have been, that could be maybe related.
So it all kind of just happened naturally. We'd never, ever, and if we were going to test early, it certainly wouldn't have been 4 days past. So we've just been lucky to see a progressively strong line. I will show you actually each test and how strong the line became over the days. The window of implantation is so different for everybody, and I've seen pregnancy tests whereby a woman didn't get a faint trace of a positive till 13 days past, and it went on to become a successful pregnancy and a live birth. Everyone's body is so different, and I'm a hypocrite saying that because obviously I use Dr. Google a lot. You desperately search for, well, what happened to that person? When did they get their positive? How many weeks came up on their clear blue? And you compare and compare and compare. and it just drives you a bit insane, but you can't help it. Obviously it would have been great for us to have filmed like every single day, because I can't articulate our reactions and how we felt, and Muriel is struggling to actually put a sentence together because we've both been walking around like zombies, and you just say you can't.
It's such mixed feelings.
Yeah.
It's between obviously absolute excitement, obviously, privilege. We know we like privileged to be on this side. Very much anxious and cautious.
Yeah.
And tired.
So tired. We've been getting like, 4 hours sleep because we just keep waking up in the night, stressing, anxious, and then we're like, should we test? We've been doing tests at like 3 a.m, all kinds of stuff, and it's, whilst working full time as well. So I think we've just spiraled a bit, and I hope that now we've passed official test day, we will start to calm. We're not going to test every day anymore. We will test next weekend, which will take us to 5 weeks, because that's as far as we'd got on a previous cycle, and at that point we lost the pregnancy. So I think if we can make it to 5 weeks and progress beyond that, we might start to calm down a little bit. But certainly pregnancy after loss is, you're just torn between, I think, 5-10% of the time thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. 90% of the time thinking, when's it all going to come crashing down? So yeah, it's mixed bag. So yeah, we'll try our best to update as we go along. We have our 7-week scan in 3 weeks from today, and I hope we make it. We will see, but I think whatever happens, we will document it. I think we've tried to document everything on the journey so far. Our 3 previous transfers, we've kind of told the nitty-gritty truth about how we felt and what happened, and we hope we have better news to share as we go forward. Can't guarantee it, but at the moment we're just really, really happy to be at this stage. And I keep looking at the clear blue. I'm like, wow, I can't believe it has these numbers on. I can't believe it says what it says. But because it's a digital thing, it conks out in 24 hours and it won't say it anymore. So I just keep picking it up and looking at it whilst I can look at it. My HCG seems to be really high. The lines are really strong now, and the fact that it says it should say 1 to 2 at this stage, but it already says 2 to 3. So we're just like freaking out. Is it twins? I'm convinced that it is twins and both embryos are taken, but it could just be that one really strong embryo is in there. Either way, we're really happy, and we hope to update people on Instagram soon. We're part of a great community on there, and so many people have been so supportive and helpful to us, and we are equally supportive of their journeys, and you just feel like you're part of a real community. I think it's hard, like you say, you suddenly, just like that, you go from this side to that side as soon as this changes, right? As soon as this says this, and you think, what the hell is going on? And I don't want to be the cause of somebody's upset. I know what it's like to look at other people getting positives and strong lines, and me thinking, God, is that ever going to be us? It's soul destroying. And I think that will be a challenge for us, and we're just staying quiet on social media for a while until we get our heads together, and then hopefully we will share this, and I hope that it gives somebody some hope. But I completely understand that a lot of people will just say, I don't want to see it, and unfollow me, because I know I've done the same a million times over, and you have to do what you need to do to protect yourself.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And when we've been going through our miscarriages and the IVF struggles, the last thing we wanted to do is to hear about other people's pregnancies, to hear about other people's babies being born. And we've had a lot of it.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of close friends throughout our IVF journey tell us they're pregnant, send us pregnancy photos, send us positive test results, send us photos of their newborns. And it has been really, really hard. Really, really hard. So I don't want to be the cause of anyone's pain, but also I want to give people hope. So, and that's the whole point of this journey, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we were trying to get to. And at the moment we've got there. And hopefully we keep progressing, fingers crossed. So yeah, that's it. I've been all right, haven't I? I've had a lot of cramping very low down, which I think has been my main symptom. I do feel sick on and off, but I think that's the progesterone, and I'm taking 2 Lubion injections, 2 pessaries a day, so I've got a lot of progesterone. Very tired, probably from the 4 hours sleep every night. And
I feel that too, so it must be that.
That's it at the moment. But yeah, we're just walking around like zombies because we're just like, what the hell is going on? Bear with us, and we will update you on the next round of whatever the hell's going on. Check it out. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Ta-da! Bye-bye!
Bye. So I think the experience so far is not how we imagined it would be. We have been super, super anxious, exhausted, kind of stressed about everything. I have had quite a lot of symptoms, and I panic when I have symptoms because I constantly think, is it actually a sign of miscarriage as opposed to pregnancy, or is it just a side effect of the drugs because I'm still on a lot of progesterone? And then if the symptoms stop and I feel okay for a few hours, I then panic that again I'm about to miscarry and that the pregnancy is gone. So we have done a lot of tests. We tried to reel back after our official test day and stop testing like every day because it was getting ridiculous. But I had a wobbly yesterday, and that was 16 days past the transfer, and when I had that wobbly I just kind of run to the bathroom, do a cheap strip test, which came back absolutely fine as a nice strong positive. But I think having miscarried 3 times before and them all being very early miscarriages, I keep thinking that our pregnancy is just going to go very quickly. So actually the past couple of days I've started to feel quite nauseous. I haven't been sick, but I do feel nauseous, and yesterday it was kind of with me almost the entire day. I'm also very, very tired, so yesterday I did struggle, and at lunchtime I had to go and lie in bed for about 40 minutes because I was just completely exhausted. So I definitely have, the tiredness, the not feeling nauseous, whether I'm going to be sick eventually, I don't know. I still have a bit of cramping going on, not as much as I did earlier, but still sometimes it's there. I've struggled a lot with the Lubion. I'm running out of stomach space now, so I did have, I had an issue the other night, didn't I? Here she is, come here. I was saying, when we did the Lubion the other night, I had a hissy fit.
Yeah.
So it really hurts now when I inject, because I'm kind of injecting into bruised areas, and I started crying, and then the crying then evolved into laughter. So I think I've gone a bit emotionally loopy-loo as well.
It's not going well.
No. Well, it is going well. It is going well because this is the furthest we've ever got.
Yay!
But I think we're just in disbelief.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't know, I feel like I'm floating next to my body at the moment.
Yeah. I think we'll round off this video here nicely at just over the 5-week mark. We have our 7-week scan, obviously in a couple of weeks. So we will do our next video for then and update you on how that goes. We are absolutely terrified. Keep thinking of everything that could go wrong. No heartbeat, empty sac, you know, whatever it may be. Them saying, actually, love, you just ate too many M&Ms, and you know, I don't know. But yeah, so we're going to do final tests tomorrow. I think is the final write-off, which maybe I'll put at the end of this. And then we will update you as we, hopefully, fingers crossed, continue to move forward. Yeah. And we'll see how the scan goes. We're still in disbelief. Like, it's been like, what, 3 weeks or so of this, and we're still like, yeah. I refuse to say I'm pregnant most of the time, don't I?
Yeah.
If you say the word pregnant, I shudder. So
yeah, you don't have pregnant symptoms apparently. Pregnancy symptoms. You only have Lubion side effects. Okay.
Yeah. Whenever she says, "Oh well, it's normal you're feeling like this because you're pregnant," I say, "No, it's not that. It's the Lubion." So Lubion.
It's amazing. Pregnancy simulator, the Lubion.
But it is, that's the problem.
Yeah, but the Lubion doesn't give you that.
No, the Lubion doesn't give you that, no, to be fair. So, yeah.
Maybe it's the Lubion Premium you got.
Yeah, I got the Lubion Extra Plus. So we'll update you in a couple of weeks and let you know how we're getting on.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.